A retired Catholic priest is on trial in Perth, accused of repeatedly molesting a young girl decades ago, after requesting that she give him back scratches. Key points. The girl was allegedly abused between the ages of 6 and 10. The girl was allegedly abused between the ages of 6 and 10. Richard Doyle has denied the 6 charges laid against him. Richard Doyle has denied the 6 charges laid against him. The judge-alone trial is expected to run for several days. Richard Doyle, 85, is facing 6 charges of unlawfully and indecently dealing with the girl at her family's home in Perth's western suburbs between 1979 and 1982, when she was aged 6 to 10. Prosecutor Mimi Yung told the district court that while the alleged abuse occurred very frequently, Mr. Doyle had been charged with only 6 offences because the complainant, who is now in her late 40s, remembered those occasions in particular. The state's case is the conduct occurred in the context of ongoing grooming and repeated conduct, Ms. Yung said. Priest visited victim's home regularly, court hears. The court heard Mr. Doyle came to know the complainant's family when they were living in the wheat belt, and after they moved to Perth, he started visiting their home on a regular basis. Ms. Yung said Mr. Doyle would ask for back scratches from the girl, which initially started with him leaving his clothing on. However, she said they progressed to him taking off his shirt and singlet and lying down on the floor or a bed while the girl scratched him before he molested her. The court was told the girl's mother was in another room at the time. Ms. Yung said it was the state's case Mr. Doyle had a sexual interest in the prepubescent girl. He was willing to act on it, notwithstanding he had the trust of the family and his vows and vocations as a priest. Defense lawyer describes claims as unbelievable. Mr. Doyle's barrister, Seamus Rafferty, said it was his client's case that he has never engaged in that kind of conduct, and the alleged abuse did not occur. Mr. Rafferty said it was not in dispute that Mr. Doyle, who retired as a priest in 2006, had contact with the girl and her family, but he said at the time they were struggling and it was to provide support to them. Mr. Rafferty submitted that a critical issue at the trial will be the credibility of the complainant. He said her allegations were only raised after she was reading something about George Pell, and then did an internet search on his client and discovered he had been acquitted of charges in 2007. That information included a news article from 2012 relating to his trial, which referred to back scratching, and Mr. Rafferty said after that, the complainant adopted allegations that had been made by someone else. In 2017, in an email, she wrote a summary of the complaint against Richard Doyle. Mr. Rafferty said, "What is referred to in that is providing back massages. That is 2 completely different acts. Back massages then changed back scratches." Mr. Rafferty also described some of the allegations as unbelievable, particularly the claim that in the late 1970s and early 1980s a Catholic priest would be lying half naked on a bed in a family's small house. The trial, before a judge sitting without a jury, is expected to run for several days.